And we're recording. This does not look like it's working. Why are you not working, you? Hey guys, Stuart Codling here, taking on the baton from MMB and Jake Vauxhall Corsa, speaking to you from Manama in Bahrain. So it is about 8 o'clock in the morning. I've just arrived via an overnight flight. No sleep, of course, because it was like sitting on a bench. We're on about our third coffee of the day. And where are we in Manama, you ask? Well, we are at Fort Arad, which is apparently a Portuguese era sea fort, which I might just investigate once this place actually opens. And I have to say that at the moment, as I speak, and the production team are going to hate me for standing with my back to the sun and pointing the camera at it, so I'm going to walk this way. It's just me and the pigeons and some guy who was, up until a few minutes ago, brushing away at some leaves, but he's got bored with that now and he's having a little sit under some tree cover. So I'm going to have a little wander around Manama as we go and see some more of TripAdvisor's highlights. And then we will talk about matters arising from the Japanese Grand Prix and what to expect from the Bahrain GP. So here we are at a couple of boats. I've got no idea what purpose this serves, but I can tell you that we are standing around the number 2 rated tourist attractions of this part of Manama, according to TripAdvisor. Other holiday and travel advisory services are available. And well, it's quite fascinating, isn't it? Well, this is just stunning, isn't it? This is the Al Fateh Grand Mosque, which was the largest mosque in Bahrain, built in 1987, would you believe? The dome is actually made of fiberglass, and the building can accommodate 7,000 worshippers. So yeah, absolutely stunning piece of architecture. And only number 2 tourist attraction in this area, according to TripAdvisor. Number 1 is the Seif Mall, which seems somewhat philistinical, but you know, we do live in a consumerist society, don't we? So, new meets old in the centre of Manama, as we have a 24-hour KFC just around the corner from the Bab Al Bahrain former government administration centre next door to the souk. What are we going to find in here? Well, let's souk it and see, shall we? That's good, we've just adopted cats, so if I ever need a rug, I know where to come. Well, whatever a human being could possibly desire is contained within these historic walls. So don't go moaning in the comments that we don't take you anywhere historic. I know what you're thinking, but you never know when you might want a metal flamingo. What are we going to find up here? More rugs. Rugs, knickknacks, paintings. It's looking a bit quiet up here. And given that it's first thing in the morning, lunch service not quite on, but we have people enjoying a drink down there. If only the video team could see how precariously balanced this highly expensive piece of equipment was, they would fly straight over to Bahrain and tear it from my hands and beat me to death. Anyhow, we will proceed. So matters arising. Hopefully the wind's not too annoying, as you can see from that flag up there. It is blowing up one, and I think that's going to be a factor at the Grand Prix this weekend. We've seen a lot of the cars particularly wind sensitive. Aston Martin saying just a wee pivot of wind direction can be quite damaging. What else is happening this weekend? Well, all the rookies are in. Got Luke Browning in at Williams in FP1, taking over Carlos Sainz's seat. Felipe Drugovich. It's a good thing he's got a WEC drive, otherwise he'd be waiting all year to drive FP1 in Bahrain. Frederick Vestri in George Russell's Mercedes. Dino Bogdanovic in Charles Leclerc's Ferrari. Ryo Hirakawa in Oliver Behrman's Haas. Interesting move that actually Hirakawa, who was previously an Alpine junior, but obviously the Toyota link has made that moot. So yeah, I mean, why Bahrain? Well, the teams have to allocate a certain amount of cockpit time to rookie drivers who haven't contested more than, off the top of my head, I think more than 2 Grand Prix. So each one has to go into one car at least twice. And why not do it in Bahrain, a circuit on which many of them have already tested, certainly the race drivers have already driven here enough, so there's no net loss from that. What else can we expect from Bahrain? This is a bit of a bogey circuit for McLaren, which is a little bit disappointing for them, given that the Sovereign Wealth Fund pretty much owns the company. So yeah, they'll be hoping that they can break their sort of streak here. What will happen to Red Bull? Well, we've seen that car is not particularly fond of this circuit because it doesn't have the sort of high speed corners that reward the downforce the RB21 can make. It's got a lot of the slower corners where the front and back end disagree over who gets to the apex first. So that's going to be interesting to see. I've got Aston Martin written here. I alluded to that earlier. I wrote a feature on autosport.com and motorsport.com a couple of days ago suggesting that they will probably drag Adrian Newey in, probably kicking and screaming, knowing him, because he doesn't like working on other people's cars. Why not? He's a creative man. The likelihood is that Adrian Newey is going to be persuaded, shown his share options and told, can you silk persiflicate this dreadful car? Apart from that, it's going to be a race to see who is best of the rest. That's about it from our little tour of downtown Manama. It's interesting. Life goes on in the city, despite the fact there's a Grand Prix on. Very difficult to miss the fact that there is a Grand Prix on. From when you get on the plane, the headrests are adorned with the logos. There's signs all around the city. And you know, you do feel that very much this is a city that and a nation that has got behind its Grand Prix. Hopefully, when we flip over to the Autosport channel for our following programming, we'll have Phil and Ronald here to entertain and add a welcome dose of professionalism. But from our Wednesday motorsport.com channel broadcast, that's it.